Where did you feel more pressure, in front of the RBB or in front of the Cove?
I didn't feel pressure in front of either. I felt the resentment from the Wanderers fans that I was a Western Sydney boy wearing a Sydney FC top. I felt that. But also the respect, because the fact that I lived here and never had any bad dealings with people, at all. It was always, on the contrary, always good, and there was always that friendly, banter between myself and the people out here, even though I saw how emotional it was between the fans. That never crossed over with me outside the field, So even though I could feel it on the field, the abuse and the hatred, it never crossed off the field. It never went off the field, which is something I always respected. And Sydney FC, with the fans, with them, it was nothing but support from the moment that I came and signed at the club. So I never felt any pressure from them. In that first season that I joined Sydney FC, I had by my own admission, I had a poor season in that first year, and there was a lot expected. I was supposed to come in and have a big impact, and I didn't. I scored a handful of goals and didn't do as well as I should have. And again, never felt anything but support from the Cove, from the members. So that's something that for me made it always feel like home. The fact that I went out and took the field and never felt pressure from anybody within the crowd to have to perform, to have to do well, that they always had my back, So that was good from them.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, everyone dreams of that moment, just running off into like your base of home supporters after scoring a winning goal, especially on the derby. Like, it would have just been such a rush of emotions. Is there a come down after a moment like that? Like, is there like this excitement and entertainment and 60,000 people around me screaming my name, and then like you're back in the change room again?
That's something actually that I've never really been asked, funnily enough. I mean, that side of it, right? Because I look at I watch movies and read autobiographies, and then just watch movies of famous people. The Elvis one's now come out, the Queen one with Freddie Mercury, and you just think, man, the life that these guys lived, and going out to packed stadiums, and I'm not comparing in any way to these guys, but even professional footballers, right? Like, I watch the Premier League every week and think, man, these guys are just next level, right? Doing that week in, week out. How do they then sort of just switch off? How do they retire? I feel like it was comfortable for me, easy for me, but forget as well that, and there are so many kids and so many people that would love to have been able to play even in a derby, and have those experiences. So they might look to me in the same way and have that exact question that you asked. And look, the reality is, I don't know, I've never seen myself on a level of, your movie stars, your rock stars, and your Premier League players. I've never seen myself on that level. I've always, seen myself as just like anybody else, right? So I don't, I feel as though in thinking and having that mentality, it's made it easy for me, right? I'm easily able to separate the two, and I look back, and so now when I look back, I think, man, those moments were insane, scoring that goal, going to celebrate and hitting the chest in front of the crowd, and man, they were great moments. But then I go back to what I'm doing and just feel normal, so it's a weird sort of answer that I guess I'm giving. I never I almost look at it as two different people, myself on the field, myself off the field, and that's probably what has made the transition easy for me, into just being able to enjoy what it was, see it for what it was, look back on it for what it was, but now be happy doing what I'm doing. But it's easy for me to look back, and those moments, again, they're sort of just memories that I look back on, and the day after a big derby, again, that feel and that rush, for me was easily that attention was easily turned just into the family, and just realizing, I've got kids, I've got a wife, I've got parents, I've got a brother and sister, just like everybody else, so I'm just going to do what everybody else does, day to day.
If you haven't already, please smash the subscribe button, and you might also want to check out this video right here. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.